Nope.
Hello, dear listener. Real quick before the story begins, last time I uploaded, I mentioned that if we hit 14,000 subscribers, I'd be doing a giveaway, and I'm here to deliver. If you're interested in winning a t-shirt, go ahead and stick around after the video's done, and in the end slate, I will provide all the information you need to know. With that said, enjoy this week's story. Please, take this seriously. I don't have much time, and I need to get this out. I'm telling the truth when I say these foods are the worst consumer items released since cigarettes. They're probably worse. I may not be the chief creator of these foods, but I played a role in their inception. Look, I never meant for them to be bad. I had a noble goal. Well, if allowing people to binge without fear of weight gain is noble, I definitely had some selfish motivation. My desire to the aforementioned. I've always loved junk food. That led to me getting fat as a teenager. I was in denial in high school, but I always knew the truth. After graduating high school, I got my weight under control, losing over 60 pounds. Of course, my love for junk food didn't decline though. I would have a quote, cheat day where I ate whatever I wanted, then offset it by dieting on the other days. That worked for a while, but as I got older, it got harder to rebound from those cheat days. Harder to maintain my weight. I got desperate. I didn't want to give up junk food, but I also refused to let myself get fat again. I'm getting off track though. It's time to delve into the warning I have. I'm sure you're aware I'm not alone in my feelings. There's a reason for so many guilt-free snacks dominating the market. And there's a reason the diet industry is so sustainable. Hell, some of you probably understand these urges. That's why I'm warning you about this upcoming product. I'm sure you're all aware of the zero-calorie items available these days. Diet soda, flavored water, seltzer, coffee, tea, etc. You don't have to fear weight gain when consuming such items. Well, a negative calorie food takes it a step further. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a food that requires more energy to digest than it provides. A food that will induce caloric deficit through consumption. Sounds great, right? Imagine eating chocolate, candy, burgers, and more as much as you please. It'd be the greatest thing since sliced bread. But you know what they say. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't understand how this food is engineered. There's some fancy chemistry behind it for sure. If I were an egghead, I'd be able to tell you all about the molecular composition of sugars and proteins and whatnot. I'm sure manipulating those things were part of it. I played no role in the actual creation, but I pitched the idea, and I helped oversee the testing. As you may have expected, we used lab rats for the initial tests. We gave them negative calorie cheese. And it sure was a good thing we didn't sample this batch with humans. Simply put, the cheese was far too effective. The rats wasted away and starved. We only gave them a little bit, but it negated the rest of their diet. Attempts to save them failed, as it seemed the cheese screwed up their metabolism. This should have been our reality check. our realization that it was not a good idea. But all of us, myself included, decided to try again. We went back to the drawing board. We decided to stay with the same general idea, cheese and lab rats. We appeared to succeed this time too. Our chemists had dialed back their work. This time, the rats didn't waste away and die, but the effects were still evident. Success on rats doesn't mean everything though, and it certainly didn't mean success with all food types. This is where it gets ugly. A few months after this breakthrough, we completed a test batch of negative calorie colas and chocolate. We gave these items the brand name Delight. It wasn't feasible to give soda to rats, so we did something I'll never forgive myself for. We decided to have a focus group. These people would be asked to consume these under our supervision for a brief period of time, in order to determine the efficiency of the food. We ultimately assembled 5 people, whose names I won't reveal. I will refer to them as A, B, C, D, and E. We gave them each a soda and a candy bar. These items were supposed to induce a caloric deficit of 500 each. That goal succeeded. But damn it, we failed elsewhere. Seems engineering the sugars in candy is harder. The first day was uneventful, but all hell broke loose on the second day. It all started with B. He demanded more and more of the candy and soda, more than what we decided was a safe amount. This deficit was cumulative after all. Eating too much would cause what happened to the first pack of rats. We denied the request, explaining to him the safety reasons, but he wouldn't listen. He was addicted. He assaulted one of our researchers. This was a red flag, but it got worse. We didn't end the project there. We decided that B was the problem, not our product. But it wasn't just B. E was also affected, albeit differently. The candy messed up her metabolism, and badly. She needs so much food to stay the same weight. She needed to eat about 6,000 calories a day just to stay the same. It's worth noting she had a love-hate relationship with food. Consuming that much food harmed her psyche. This was bad once the focus group ended. She had signed waivers and a non-disclosure agreement, so we were safe legally. But the damage continued. She continually forced herself to eat, and other times she couldn't keep it down. She died, just like those first rats, with her autopsy suggesting bulimia or anorexia. But her fate wasn't the worst. I need to get back to B. B's addiction and withdrawal continued, and he grew extremely violent. He killed A. He strangled him to death and ripped open his torso, trying to get the candy from his stomach. We had to have one of the security guards shoot him dead. I'm not sure how corporate handled that. I don't want to know. They used some resource you and I are probably too moral to imagine to make that go away. Nothing noteworthy happened to C and D. They were forced into silence by the previously mentioned non-disclosure agreement, and I imagine a fair amount of threats and bribery as well. Those two were lucky, I guess. But it seems these products cause health problems, addiction, and homicidal violence. Sure, they won't make you fat, but there are worse things than that. I know that now. Corporate had dollar signs in their eyes, though. The product is set to release next month. Please, heed this warning. I'm attempting to share this message in as many places as possible. I know corporate is going to get me. I refuse to back down, and now I'm on their list. I'm signing my death warrant by posting this, but it needs to be done. Goodbye. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this week's story. If you did, be sure to smack that like button down below and subscribe for future videos if you haven't done so already. And speaking of subscribers, as I mentioned earlier in this video, I am hosting another t-shirt giveaway. This time I'll be giving away 2 t-shirts to 2 lucky winners, one on Instagram and one on Facebook. Once you head to either one of those platforms, you'll see this post that's on screen right now. What you need to do is follow the account if it's on Instagram, or like it if it's on Facebook. Answer the question that's in the image. Oh, and just to make sure I know you're part of the contest and not somebody else, leave the hashtag 14K so I know you want to win a t-shirt. A winner will be chosen on each platform either next week or the week after that, depending on how many people enter this first week, and it cannot be the same person or someone who's won a contest in the past. Sorry. If you are one of the lucky winners, then be sure to check your DMs, because I will be sending you a message with all the details I need. At that point, you will have 3 days to respond with the information I need before I have to move on to a backup winner. Alright everybody, with that said, I am looking forward to reading all your answers, and good luck to everyone who decides to enter. Until next week, stay safe out there. I'll be seeing you in the next video.